Good morning, everybody. What's snacking? It's a lot of snacks five here. I'm hoping everyone's having a wonderful day. Welcome to the Daily Boost, hosted by my community, Love and Action Network. You can find out more about at lovedandlovable.org. Um, our mission for the Daily Boost, as well as our mission in general at Love and Action Network, aka lovedandlovable.org, is to encourage, empower, and equip ourselves with the knowledge that we are one, loved and lovable, and two, equip ourselves with the tools to get through, our day to day, and also just we try to create this area or this place, this community, um, just this network. We want to create this network for people that are just a space to be. I don't want to say the wrong thing here, and I think that's why I have trouble articulating my thoughts. I'm trying to come across like the right way. And I don't mean that like I'm trying to fake something. I mean it like I want you to understand um, what I'm trying to get across to you, which is the fact that we are a very open group. We are very accepting, but we are also very real. We are here to support those who are, have mental health issues as well as, just don't really feel great either about themselves, about life, because we know that there are people out there who they see this thing called life and it's not doing it for them. And I'm one of those people that are, fighting for my joy every day, fighting for my motivation, fighting for my peace, fighting for um, my right to be happy, which you shouldn't have to fight for. Everyone deserves happiness. But I just, when we encourage people to join our membership, I just want you to understand that one, we do not care about the God you may or may not serve. And um, two, we want you guys to make sure that you know that you are loved and lovable. I had a certain like thread I was gonna go down, but I lost it. But that's okay. The sources that we have for the daily blues, the daily boost, yeah, the daily boost, the daily boost are 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact by Melody Beatty. And also it is a book, by the way, 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact, that is by Melody Beatty. And also the 7 Day Pillar Challenge, also known as the 7 Day Chakra Challenge, which is talking about the chakra systems for all 7 days of the week. It's starting with Sundays with the root chakra and ending on Saturdays with the crown chakra. The crown chakra will be talked about tomorrow by Tara Priolo. I forgot what time that is. Let me look down here at our events. Saturday it is at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Um, and she will be talking about the crown chakra. Today, my day, today, Friday, we'll be talking about the third eye chakra. We're talking about the third eye chakra. And also, I'm probably going to get a knock on my door here in a little bit, just to let you guys know if I hop on out. Once he knocks on my door and everything, I'm going to play this video that my mom sent me yesterday. It really made my day. It was before the Daily Boost had started and all those technical difficulties happened, which kind of, made me sad and everything. But she definitely helped me get through my day before that. And even afterwards, I tried to look at it and laugh yesterday. Thank you, Tara, for the fire emojis. But yeah, I had a rough start to the Daily Boost yesterday, and that kind of spiraled my day to an interesting one just because I started thinking about other things and doubting myself. We'll talk about the emotional wheels that Love and Action Network provide, or talk about as well. Just because I want you guys to realize that even though I'm up here trying to uplift people, that I am not exempt from these feelings of negative emotions and also working through them and exercising them. And I want you to understand that I'm not just preaching to exercise your emotions. I am actively showing you how to exercise your emotions and also, actively working on them. I want you to believe that is a joy to work on yourself every day instead of a battle, as I used to say. Dr. Flo and Tara set me straight with the affirmation is a constant joy to work on yourself because I had once said it is a constant battle. I always used to believe that and say that it is a constant battle. The correct affirmation is a constant joy to work on yourself. Hey Andrea, happy to see you on Facebook as well. That Andre in the Flow is Dr. Flow. His at is Andre in the Flow. He is our CEO of Love and Action Network. If you want to connect more with him or any of us, please check out loveandlevel.org. And then I'll be giving shout outs to all of our handles and everything here at the end. So if you want to find out more about that, we'll talk about that towards the end. But right now, I'm going to get into the reading for 52 Weeks of Constant Contact by Melody Beatty. The theme of the week, it is week 15, and the theme of the week is lovability. We have a focus each day. Yesterday was an action. Today is an actual gratitude focus, but it's day 6. I'm going to read this little blurb. It's nice, short, sweet, concise. Nice, short, sweet, and concise. And get straight to the point. So I will too. Day 6. One of people's universal fears is the fear of rejection. It doesn't make sense to keep rejecting ourselves. Obviously, I'm going to read that one more time because it was very quick and concise, but it doesn't lack any knowledge, and the knowledge isn't any less impactful. One of people's universal fears is the fear of rejection. It doesn't make sense to keep rejecting ourselves. I can tell you from experience right now, right now. I mean, like I said, if I even talked to you guys a year ago, I wouldn't be able to really talk about this much just because I would still be living in it. But for a long time, I always say round it off and say 20 years. I'm 27 now, but I always round it off and just say 20 years. For 20 years, I had a huge fear of rejection, fear of failure, and I definitely kept rejecting myself. Um, my fear of rejection just comes from my lack of self worth. To be completely honest, my lack of self worth. I had a huge lack of self worth. I don't think that was necessarily because of anyone in specific. Um, but I mean, there's a lot of factors growing up. I mean, one, my dad wasn't around. It felt like he kind of. I feel like as a kid, I definitely felt like it was for some reason partially my fault why my dad wasn't around, which couldn't be more of a lie. Couldn't be further from the truth. And then you grow up, whether that's being bullied or like you're just different from everybody, and I've always been different from everybody. So you know, when you're seen as different, people love to pick on you and, you know, point the finger, bring attention to yourself just to, feel better about themselves. That doesn't stop as an adult either, by the way. People just repackage it in a different way and they say they're not bullies, but um, the fear of rejection. Growing up, I um I felt like I just couldn't do what I wanted to do. Like I grew up only really caring about football, and that was it. That's all I really cared about, playing football, playing sports in general, but mainly football. That's all I really cared about growing up as a kid. There wasn't really anything that necessarily interested me. Books didn't interest me. People didn't interest me. Um, I'm definitely one of those people that'll say, I don't really like people, but that's just because of childhood traumas or um just the insecurities that everyone has. That's why I felt like I didn't really like people. um but you got to understand when it comes to not liking people, I feel like everybody has begun to embrace this thing called apathy, which is just indifference, or impartialness, pretty much. Just not really worried about the person next to them, their neighbors, because it's just like, it doesn't have anything to do with me or this or that, and that can cause a lot of, I mean, for the specific person, I guess it wouldn't cause many issues. But when we talk about a collective, when we talk about a nation, when we talk about the world, it's kind of scary if you say one person doesn't make the difference, but if one person becomes two people, then two people becomes four people becomes eight people, then eight people becomes 100 people, like, it adds up. And I feel like that's the same, excuses they make, for voting and stuff. But really, it starts with empathy. If even our own leaders have embraced this thing called apathy. Our leaders at the head of the table, so to speak, they love apathy. They absolutely do not embrace empathy whatsoever. They are indifferent to the people's concerns. And how I can prove that is that, I mean, case in point, what's going on in Palestine right now. By the way, ceasefire now. Ceasefire within Palestine and Gaza, and ceasefire within our hearts as well. But that's a perfect case in point. The U.S. is giving aid, well, gave aid, but also supplied weapons to these people. So the people of Israel. So they are indifferent. That's a perfect example of apathy. They are indifferent. They really couldn't care less. All they care about is, I don't know what they really care about at this point. But enough about politics specifically. The fear of rejection. I have rejected myself for a long time. Rejected my, I mean, very being, to be honest. Like, I hated being me. I hated that I was different. I hated that I felt like I couldn't talk to people. I felt like I couldn't get my ideas out there and articulate my words, my thoughts. I hated that I never felt like I could complete what I wanted to complete. Either because I felt like I didn't have the resources or whatever, but um I have always had, help there, whether that be, my mother or somebody else that I meet along the way, which I love just meeting people that I can network with and talk to, but well, at least nowadays I do. I definitely did not like talking to people. Now I enjoy it just because I've always understood, at least from my perspective, how to put myself in someone else's shoes, or to think about other people and how their days could have gone or what they've experienced. I always try to imagine what somebody else has experienced in their life, because I don't know this person. I do not know the person that I'm talking to or rejecting. Like, the person that they're showing me could not be the person that they are. And I think about that, whether they're showing me a positive trait or a negative trait. Like, what they're showing me could not be who they truly are. But at the end of the day, I try to treat everybody with respect. And if you're treating everyone else with respect, you should be able to treat yourself with respect. So do not reject yourself. Um, because of the repercussions of rejecting myself, and I was feeling like, I was failing, I wasn't completing like, things I set out to do. I ended up just going through the motions of my life, and football was everything to me. But then again, I didn't put into my routine what I needed to do to be, my best at, football. So I didn't end up, making it how far I wanted to in football. So after that, high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I still don't. Like, I don't know what I enjoy, um, really, outside of football necessarily. I mean, for me, it was either play football or not. To be honest, maybe I want to be a coach. I don't know what I want to do with my life really. So I'm actively working on figuring it out. I'm actively working on figuring this out. And to do that, I have to not reject myself. I can't reject everything that I am. I can't just, regret that time that I had where I was just focusing football. I can't regret that time that I had where I was in a place where I couldn't depend on myself, where I couldn't give myself the love that I needed to move to a place or a mindset to where I could be better, to where I could improve. And that's important. Don't reject the parts of yourself that you feel are negative, whether that be, addiction, whether that be um whether that be any negative traits that you see in yourself. Like, let's say you're the type of person. I'm trying to give myself an example from me because I don't want to just generalize or just feel like I'm making up something. Trait about myself. I used to have a lot of traits that I didn't like about myself or that I would just make up. Um, I don't like how when things happen or bad things happen, or something inconvenient happens, I'll say, how I always say, no one makes you feel a certain type of way. You make yourself feel a certain type of way because um you've lost that expectation. You have a certain expectation of how things are going to go, but it doesn't happen. And because, your expectations weren't met or they were met, you feel some type of way. But that is all created by you. And I say that because I made myself feel I would always make myself feel terrible, like when I made mistakes, when I would, do something that I felt like, I should be able to do or anyone is able to do, but I couldn't do it. I would just like literally crap on myself inside my head. Like I would go and anything that you would imagine like a bully would say to somebody, I guarantee you I was saying way worse things to myself. Nobody could outdo me when it came to putting down myself. And then that's true for everybody. Nobody can do worse, think worse about yourself than you. Um, nobody can. Um, where was I going with that? Um, Kitty Burger, where else was I going with that? Oh yeah, by the way, this is my co-host Kitty Burger. Don't mind Kitty Burger. He's just here too. He's my emotional support kitty, as well as my other kitty over there taking a nap on the bed, Loki. Um, where was I going with that, guys? I don't know. I hope some of that landed. Um, I guess it's kind of like my whole thing now. I go on tangents and then I lose the thread and then we just move on. Maybe that's my whole shtick. That's my whole spiel. I got a lot of snacks, but I don't know how to carry them all. I don't know how to carry them all. So while I try to pick up the pieces or pick up the crumbs, so to speak, I'm gonna go ahead and go into this gratitude focus, and hopefully it'll bring it home. Heads up, beware, be aware. We can be grateful each time someone, or God, or the universe, or Allah, or you shows kindness or love to us. Like I said, you can replace the word God with anything you wish. Anything you wish. It still applies and it still tracks. Heads up, be aware. We can be grateful each time someone, or God, or the universe, or ourselves, or Allah, whoever, shows kindness or love to us. Be grateful. It's about the little things. Today is about, the IC, the third eye chakra, but be start being grateful to yourself and giving yourself grace. I'm the type of person that'll beat myself up about any little thing, and I'm really trying to actively stop doing that. Yesterday derailed me because I had audio issues. I had 5 people that came in, which is like the most people I've had come in a long time. And I'm trying to get my mic to work, and it's just not working. I'm sad because I still see the 5 viewers there, but I'm just sitting here like trying to talk, but it's not going through. And it was a really simple fix, was made me feel even worse because I'm sitting there trying to figure it out, and I'm just so disoriented about trying to get it back up, that I couldn't focus on actually getting it back up. So I stopped the stream, fixed it, started it back up, and no one showed up after that. But again, it's okay. because one, this is great practice for me, and two, I mean that what am I supposed to expect here? People have different lives, people have their own objective and goals to do. They're not obligated to be here. And at the end of the day, people watch this anyway at some point, whether that be from subscribing to Love and Action Network or to our newsletter, our Substack, or whether that's, on my YouTube, on my Facebook, whatever that may be, wherever you find me. Somebody's, watching this, and I hope they get something from this. I truly do, because this is volunteer work. I don't get paid for this at all. I just, I just want people to know that, much like me, you're not alone. Um, you're not alone in these thoughts and how you feel about yourself and how you feel about the world and how, you feel about, you wake up, you don't want to keep going. I've been there. There's some days I'm still there. Just know that just say to yourself, yesterday was the throat about the throat chakra, but still, you have to speak it for yourself. Um, Working on yourself is a constant joy. I hate that, because of humans, actions, it's believed that actions speak louder than words when they both really have the same power. It's just humans use it for, the wrong reasons, words. And also, they don't know how necessarily to use those words. And by the way, that's everybody. I'm looking at everybody when I say we don't know how to use those words correctly, because actions can definitely trick you the same way that words trick you, but they can also get across the same way words get across. I'm definitely glad this guy hasn't shown up yet to fix my toilet. But the maintenance guy didn't show up. Hopefully he doesn't show up till 12, but we'll see. Um I'm definitely still going to show you the video that my mom sent me, but whether that be at the end or when he comes. But rejection, the universal fear of rejection. If you if you have a fear of being, rejected, or have a fear of failure, I challenge you to face that fear. I myself am facing this fear every day, because I still have a fear of failure and a fear of rejection. I have a fear that, if I mess up, or if I mess up, or I don't, get to where I want to, or something doesn't work out that I want it to work out, I still have this thing where I just feel like, I used to always say it's a waste of time when things wouldn't work out. Like, I just wasted all my time doing this. And to be honest, it might feel like a waste of time, but nothing in this life is a waste of time. We only have so many, we don't know how many hours, days, years we have on this earth. And that's just the nature of, living here on earth in this thing called life. We don't know how long we have, which is why it's just as important to appreciate the little things, even appreciate when we fail and, are rejected, which is kind of hard. I know that's hard to wrap your head around, especially in moments when, things don't go right and stuff. But even, now, I was rejected from the electrical workers union. Um, I mean, shoot, even my girlfriend that I'm with right now for 3 years, we had our 3 year anniversary 2 days ago. Even I was rejected by her even at first. So, she just typed in the check. Rejection is protection. Rejection can absolutely be protection sometimes. Sometimes you didn't need that either right now, or maybe there's a better opportunity down the line. Maybe that wasn't for you. Maybe you would even felt like, it was more of a waste of time if you would have got it and your expectations weren't met. And that's just kind of how we need to start looking at it, and how our mindset has to be when dealing with life, because there's going to be failures and there are going to be rejections. Nobody told you couldn't try again, though. Nobody told you couldn't, one, try again, and no, number two, no one told you couldn't get back up after you have failed or been rejected. Only ourselves tell ourselves that. Um, and I feel like people hide behind the whole pessimistic thing and say, hey, I'm a realist. Like, no, you're just being pessimistic. That's not being a realist. I absolutely am under the um, impression that it is cornier to be purposely negative about something than it is to be purposely positive about something, because I'm telling you right now, if something's not going to work out, wouldn't it be better for your own mindset and your own sanity to be positive about the situation before you head into it than negative? Because I'm saying that as a person that used to be pessimistic slash a realist about everything. I'm saying that as a former one of those. I'm still one of those sometimes. Like, I weigh the options, I weigh the odds. I go, oh, well, this is how bad it could go, but also weigh out, how good it could go too. I feel like we don't nearly weigh the good against the bad as much as we need to. You got to balance. Well, you got to balance everything. Attempt to balance everything, and it starts with your routine. I always talk about how our routines kind of, if your routine doesn't match to where you want to go, you're not going to reach where you want to go. If you if you want to be a doctor, you want to be, a physical therapist, you want to be a football coach, your routine has to match that. You got to study film, you got to, keep up to date with football knowledge, football rules. Like you got to keep up to date with these things. If it doesn't match your routine, you're not going to be it. You're not going to do it. You're not doing the things you need to every day, and because you're not doing it every day, how you're going to, do it when you actually need to do it? And that's why it starts with your routine. Everything that you want for yourself starts with your routine and how you tackle every day. I used to be one of those people that are like, every day feels the same. Every day feels the same. I don't know what to do about it. But then people would give me suggestions like, hey, you can, try this, you can try that. And I would just automatically be like, no, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound like it would work for me. Like I automatically just dismiss it instead of actually, trying something different. All I would do every day for a long, long time was go to school, come home, go to work, come home, whatever that may be. But this guy, maintenance guy's here. I'm gonna play this video and that my mom sent me, and I hope you
Hi.
guys enjoy it.
In case you haven't heard this in a while, I love you, and I am so proud of you. This whole life thing is not easy. The waves of emotion on the sea of existence are exhausting, and I know most of the time you feel like a little tiny boat that's just getting tossed all around the ocean, but I'm proud of you because every day you get out your little paddles and you put your brave face on and you ride those suckers. And I think that deserves a little round of applause.
Get it.
Yo, you. Anyway, if you're feeling a little down today, I promise it's only a matter of time before one of those bad boys picks you up and puts you back on top. You just gotta keep riding the waves until you find the one that's meant for you. I love you so much, it's crazy. Bye.
Ooh, that was perfect timing. That was perfect timing. I hope you guys heard that. That was an Instagram post by someone named It's Lenny. She does she or he does mental health animations. I think they're really cool. I'm actually going to, I sent it to myself so I could follow them too. I think I saved it to my bookmarks, but yeah, that was an amazing post that my mom sent me. It made my day yesterday. I'm gonna put that in the Love in Action Network Telegram as well, but I really liked that video. I hope I wasn't in the beginning too loud. And I hope you guys did hear it. I'm gonna go through the recording, make sure you did, but um, that recording definitely helped me out yesterday. My mom sent it at the perfect time. It was right before the daily boost, before everything happened. But I looked at it after. Um, the week before this week was laughter, so I'm definitely trying to express my laughter every day as well. So yeah, um, guys, before I go into the throat chakra, I mean the third eye chakra, just exercise your emotions as well as your mental state of mind. By exercise it, I mean when you're feeling a certain type of emotion, figure out why you're feeling it. Yesterday, I was feeling disappointed. I was feeling let me actually look at these emotion wheel that we have at lovedandlovable.org. To find these emotion wheels and things like that, you go to loveandlovable.org on the main side, then it says click here to start to heal your emotions. Then you click the click here button, and then it'll lead you to this page. The emotional guidance system, or the emotional guidance scale. I was definitely on the downward spiral at disappointment, which is number 12. Um, Disappointment. I definitely say frustration too. It went from like frustration to disappointment really fast. I was just disappointed that I didn't catch it, but like I said, mistakes happen. It's okay. It took me a while to get past that. I used to always be at number 9, which is pessimism. That this is what everybody calls when they say they're realists, pessimistic. They're definitely, it's pessimism. Um, Yeah, I was definitely feeling very disappointed yesterday, and what's the why? The why is because I mean, like I said, I didn't check my audio, and that I had 5 viewers was the most I had since forever, and it didn't. I couldn't start the stream. I started it back up, didn't have anybody show up, and that made me discouraged. That almost led to discouragement, which is number 16. I was definitely floating around there. The discouragement, the worry, the blame, which was blaming myself. I don't blame others for where I am in life, just because there's a lot of things that I could have done better to not be in certain positions that I am now. So I don't blame anybody but me when it comes to things like that. But um, I just try to be better every day, and I try to move towards passion. I try every day. I try to move towards that those one and twos, the passion and joy. And I'm still looking for my motivation and my passion. I'm still looking for it, guys. Um, it's a daily joy to look for it. I will say it's a daily joy. It's not a constant battle. It's a constant joy to look for my passion and my motivation for moving forward. I don't necessarily have anything concrete at this moment, but I'm working on new things. I didn't imagine I'd be up here, recording a daily boost years ago, not even a couple months ago. If you told me I'd be up here recording things on camera or doing like, live streams and gaming, whether I'd create my own, talk show about football, late night sacks, which, me and my co-host Tara Priolo have every Tuesday. The time has started to be 8:15. I might just change it to 8:15 permanently because I think it works with Tara better. That's 8:15 Central Standard Time, by the way. We go to the live audience on YouTube. Then I also upload it to Spotify, the recordings and everything. So we like to try to have a live audience. What we're building slowly. If you want to know more about Tara Parolo, check out taraparolo.com. She talks about the ish no one else wants to talk about and encourages you to do the same. Um, so yeah, without further ado, we'll go into the third eye chakra. I hope something landed today. I hope you have looked at me, and understood where I was coming from, at least with some of this information. And I hope you continue to exercise your emotions and to have the days that you feel that you deserve and know that you deserve happiness. I don't care about, what you've done, what you haven't done, whether you've harmed somebody, harmed some animal. Um, you deserve happiness. And it's up to you to find those steps that are going to lead you towards happiness because nobody can give it to you but you. Nobody can give it to you but you. So take care of you at the end of the day. Love yourself and give yourself grace. Please give yourself grace today, tomorrow, the next day after that. Please give yourself grace. Um, the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is considered the sixth chakra and is associated with our sixth sense, which is the center of our wisdom, spiritual insight, and intuition. When the third eye chakra is out of harmony, we focus on our intellect and reject all spiritual aspects of ourselves. We do not trust nor are aware of our intuition, are only able to see the physical reality of in life, and carry a lot of fear in regard to our inner wisdom. When the third eye chakra is in harmony, we invite our intuition and awareness into everyday aspects of life. We trust our inner vision and act upon what our intuition tells us, which makes it stronger. We have deep knowing beyond what we can physically see and are even in touch with our clairvoyance, which is the gift of intuitive information through sight and vision. The location of the third eye chakra is located between the eyebrows right here, or about, I guess you can say it's like in the center of your forehead. I think it's interchangeable, to be honest. The color associated with the third eye chakra is indigo or a dark blue, a very dark blue. Um, the element that is associated with the third eye chakra is light. The affirmation is I see. And the glands that are related to the third eye chakra are the pineal gland. If you don't know what the pineal gland is, it's part of the endocrine system, which the endocrine system, if you don't know what that is a system that releases and creates hormones to maintain countless bodily functions. You have more than 50 hormones, and they affect nearly all aspects of your health directly or indirectly. Examples include, but are not limited to, metabolism, converting food, which is converting food and drink into energy, homeostasis. Homeostasis, sorry, I kind of slurred my words there. Homeostasis is the body's way of keeping its internal conditions stable and balanced despite its external environment. Growth and development, sexual function, reproduction, your sleep wake cycle, and also mood. Remember, guys, the path of learning is never complete. The path of learning is never complete. The pineal gland. The pineal gland is a small gland located within the brain. It is activated by neurons connecting to your eyes. When these nerves are activated by light, the pineal gland is repressed. When nighttime comes and light reaches your eyes, it decreases and the pineal gland becomes activated. To kind of put that into a little bit more detail, the pineal gland secretes melatonin, uh, a hormone which activates our sleep cycle. I'm sure some people here have taken melatonin gummies to, go to sleep. That's kind of why you take them. The pineal gland helps your body coordinate for sleeping. This includes changing your respiratory rate, brain patterns, and even digestive patterns. Yeah, next time you're having trouble sleeping and you remember to take the whatchamacallit, melatonin, remember that it affects your pineal gland. Starlight asks, how does this relate to alchemy? Well, in a sense, we believe that in alchemy we believe as above, so below. Um, which, as above, so below just pretty much means what goes up. Well, not what goes up must come down, but in a sense, yeah. Just things are balanced. That's what as above, so below means. Things are just balanced. I can't really explain specifically how it relates to alchemy at this time, just because I need to get back into alchemy in general myself. Just know that there's a lot of mercury, sulfur, mercury and sulfur are involved. um, Hopefully, I'll be able to explain that alchemy more in detail one of these days. But I only kind of have an understanding of it through these books that I have, and also out of what I practice with alchemy. But anyway, back on topic with the third eye chakra. The physical body parts that are related to the third eye chakra are the brain, nervous system, eyes, ears, and nose. The life lesson of the third eye chakra is to use insight and intuition to see past the physical. The physical dysfunctions that deal with the third eye chakra or related to the third eye chakra include but are not limited to brain tumor, hemorrhage, stroke, neurological disturbances, blindness, deafness, full spinal difficulties, learning disability, seizures, headaches, and blurred vision. Mental / emotional issues include but are not limited to self evaluation, truth, intellectual abilities, feelings of adequacy, openness to ideas of others, ability to learn from experience, and emotional intelligence. The crystals that relate to the third eye chakra include but are not limited to lapis lazuli, amethyst, fluorite, lepidolite, sugilite, tanzanite, clear quartz, star sapphire. I'm over here thinking about Teen Titans and kyanite. But the other word we like to use for crystals around here is our pet rock familia. I have a pet rock familia over here in the corner over here. Don't mind my pet rock familia. Do not mind it. I also have my good friend Kitty Burger here as emotional support. But I thank you guys for coming to this daily boost. That's all I had about the third eye chakra. Just to kind of talk a little bit more in depth about what we talked about here. Show kindness to yourself. Be grateful each time someone or God, the universe, a bug, the sun, um, the air conditioner, anytime anything or anyone shows kindness or love to us, be grateful. I don't think we think about every time we leave the house, how beautiful nature is or how beautiful the world around us is. We're usually too busy, you know, trying to get that bread or trying to, just make it through life in general. We're too worried about what's stressing us out in our lives or, what we have to get done each day rather than appreciating the day itself. And how it's amazing that we're even able to be a part of each day. The fact that we even woke up, be appreciative of that too. Um, we as humans tend to take everything for granted. And I feel like that's why we've been, as humans in general, as a collective, a lot of people have been just more and more unhappy because they're focused on, somebody else and how they feel like they made them feel when it's just us. Everything starts, with yourself and how you feel. Like I said, no one can make you feel any type of way. It's only a reaction caused by your expectations not being met or your needs not being met. That's why you feel the emotions that you usually do. If you don't believe what I'm saying, think about kids. Think about when you were a kid. You didn't get what you wanted. So what happened? You were upset. You would probably say somebody else made you upset, but you made yourself upset because you had the expectation that you wanted this thing. But obviously, you can't get it, but you have only also limited knowledge on why you can't get it. You don't understand the fact that, your mom may not have the money for that right now. You don't understand as a kid the fact that, you might already, be getting that for Christmas maybe or something like that. Like you don't understand a lot of things. You don't have the knowledge to know, why you can't have these certain things. And that's why I'm also calling each other or everyone to say here, maybe sometimes what we need sometimes is to sometimes maybe what we need sometimes. That's an interesting statement. Sometimes maybe what we need is to adjust our expectations or and or adjust our expectations and or change our mindset. Remember, control what you can control. You can't control how somebody reacts or how somebody talks or what somebody believes in, but you can control how you react and how you talk and what you believe in. Just try to treat everybody with respect, your neighbor, Your uh, uh I I don't need to elaborate any further. Your neighbor is just your neighbor. I know all the Christians that pop by here will understand what I mean by when I say your neighbor. At least I hope so, because they claim that we're supposed to be loving our neighbor, but sometimes I don't see it. I don't see that from a lot of Christians, them actually loving their neighbor, because most of the time they're just throwing scripture at their neighbor, but then also not realizing that they're very hypocritical, and some of those scriptures can be thrown at them too. But hey, that's neither here or there, I guess. But just treat everyone with respect at the end of the day. Treat everyone with respect and treat yourself with respect. Everything that you want in life starts with you. It starts with your routine, starts with the goals that you want to set for yourself, and it starts with um it starts with you. All that life requires of you is to show up. That's all life requires of you. The rest you got to decide for yourself. Nobody can make you love them. Nobody can make you hate them. Nobody can make you none of that. Nobody can make you anything. Nobody can make you happy. None of that. None of that. But I think I'm done rambling for the day. I hope you guys all, took something from today. Um I think there was a Black Liturgies post that I wanted to. I think there was something on one of these Black Liturgy pages I wanted to um highlight. Um the main thing was if you've outgrown a friend, for those who have outgrown a friend. But I guess I'm stealing one from Tara Parello's playbook here. Before we end today, I want you guys to do an inhale and exhale breathing exercise, if you would, so humor me. So inhale, I am free to let go. I am free to let go. Exhale, I move toward true belonging. One more time. I want you guys to inhale and speak it out loud. Inhale, I am free to let go. You are free to let go of all of those negative emotions. You're free to let go of all those things that you feel, negative thoughts that you feel about yourself. You're free to let go of the stress. You're free to let go of the weight. You are also free to share it with those that you care about, those that that love you. You are free to share it, but first and foremost, you are free to let it go. Exhale. I'm sorry. You've probably inhaled for a long time. You're over there holding it like help. Shut up. Help. Exhale. I move toward true belonging. Whether that's your career that you're moving towards, whether that's a degree you're moving towards, whether that's any type of goal that you're moving towards, move toward your true belonging. I'm gonna go ahead and do some advertisements here, and then we can head on out of here, guys. You can check out at Andre in the Flow on any social media account at Andre in the Flow. His name is Dr. Flow. He is the leader of Love in Action Network. You can like I said, you can find him anywhere under that. He likes to do rehearsals. He's a great song coach. Him and Tara Perella are great voice teachers. They're also great life coaches as well. They have a lot of knowledge that you should definitely tap into. There's also 15 minutes with like Dr. Flo, if you really want to get to know him and meet him and see how he is. Obviously don't just judge him off 15 minutes. And but if you want to just schedule 15 minutes with Dr. Flo. I forget where that is on the site. But um you can always DM him. You can always DM him. Like I said, his anywhere on social media is at Andre in the Flow. He also has this thing called the Love Experience, where he rehearses like every day almost. Um, he does his rehearsals for his show. I think he has like an album already, like set to where he's going to have. He calls it a revival. I've never been to a revival, so I don't necessarily know how to explain what a revival is. But he practices for this concert every day. And if you want to know more about it, please check out loveandlevel.org or contact him directly yourself. I encourage you to join our free VIP membership, which shows all of our events, whether that be, our game nights behind the scenes or, you know, um, other events you may not know about that just kind of pop up, like unboxings and stuff like that. If you want to get more involved in the community, I definitely consider joining our Halo. Um, uh, when you click here to join free VIP membership, it just kind of leads you to the homepage. But I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I'm guessing it is, but still, the free and exclusive VIP membership is here. When you click on that, it will lead you to our Halo. And then, as you can see, we have 15 active members at this moment in time. And there's all the events, late night sex, and everything. All these events that are up here right now, other than the concert of Hope, I believe, are on the site. Let me check that real fast, actually. Is the Concert of Hope on here? No. So, yeah, the Concert of Hope is one of those events that aren't on the site that, just pop up every so often. All these that are on the site are pretty much set in stone events that happen. Um, like I said, I might be changing Late Night Sex, was the football talk show that me and Tara Perello talk on. I might change that to 8:15. It's not really going to matter too much. It's a live audience viewing. People can, come and go as they please. But like I said before, if you want to check out more about Tara Perello, Tara Perello, you can check her out at taraperello.com. That's TARAPRIOLO.com. And also, if you have any spiritual inquiries, check out starlightmysticbotanica.com. That is starlightmysticbotanica.com. For all your spiritual inquiries. She is changing her site consistently, every month for like new things, new deals and things. So definitely check out that if you're interested in waters, oils, spells, readings, the like. Check it out if you have time. Oh, this week, yeah, she's already changing it this week. And she just gave me a instant bulletin. She's changing it this weekend. It's gonna be changing, so definitely check it out this weekend or even before to book whatever you like to do if you're interested in the spiritual. Do I have anything else? Are there any other closing thoughts? I don't think there is, other than please exercise your emotions, guys. When you are feeling negative emotions, please exercise your emotions. I am no stranger to this, needing to exercise my emotions, because when things happen that I don't expect them to, or my expectations aren't met, I at least don't shut down like I used to, but I'm just in this zone where I'm like, I don't want to talk about anything. I'm just down here. I feel, you know, I'm just really feeling the whole emotion. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to try to be positive. I want to try to still be, be able to be productive and talk to people I love. So the person that I, live with and love dearly, just about things rather than just be upset about something. But sometimes you do just need the space and just need to take a step back, which is fine. That is okay. But make sure you exercise your emotion and don't just sit in it. If you are sitting in a negative emotion longer than one day, I encourage you highly to change something. to change something, whether that's routinely or just to change the way how you look on the situation. If you're still feeling that negative emotion after 24 hours, combat it with positivity, combat it with laughter, combat it with something else. Please balance yourself. If you sit there in that negative emotion, you're not doing anyone but yourself a disservice. And why would you want to do yourself a disservice? We're all doing ourselves a disservice if we're not positively looking for better opportunities for ourselves, or looking for, better Um, just improving ourselves. We're doing ourselves a service. Some of us, I heard the other day, somebody said, well, what I want to do, I'm just too lazy to do. If what you want to do, if you say you're too lazy for what you want to do, you don't want to do it. That's just the truth. You don't want to do it. Just say it how it is. That's not what you want. There's something else that you want, because if you truly want to do something, you're going to go do it, or you should be going to, work on that thing. If you say that you want something, but then you're too late, you also say in that same breath you're too lazy to go do it, you don't want it. I'm just going to tell you how it is right now. You don't want it. You don't want it. The amount of work I would have had to do to try to become a professional football player after it didn't really work out for me in high school, I don't even think I understood the amount of work I would have had to have done. That's just the truth of it. So please be open, honest, and willing with yourself. Remember that you are, um, sorry, not that remember that you are. Remember that you are loved and lovable, first and foremost. But I'm going to hit my outro. Be humble, be unapologetic, and be true to you. I will catch you guys in the next saga of the Daily Boost, or I'll catch you around the network, whether that be in what are the events today? Matter of fact, let's look at the Halo. Let's look at the Halo and see what events are today. Oh, we don't really we have a game night. We have a game night today at 6:45. I don't know if I'll be there or not. I might be there, but it depends on what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do. I might be there. I don't think there's anything else scheduled for the day. I don't think there's a tarot table or anything like that for Waiting to Exhale. Actually, let me check. Um, Let me check the House of Mommy Wanda. Let's see. Events. Let's see. What do we have today? We do have the tarot table today. The tarot table is today at 5:30. The tarot table today is at 5:30 Central Time. It is on TikTok. It is hosted by Starlight Mystic. That's Starlight _ Mystic on TikTok, and also at PoppyWada33. That is Brentley Neal. It's hosted by both of them on TikTok at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They talk about for the tarot table, it's really readings, like as it says, live readings. So if you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask, they're available. They're open. I believe they're going to be paid readings. I believe Starlight checked that on me. Are they paid readings? Or are some of them free? Sorry, y'all. I'm just waiting on confirmation real fast. It says live paid readings. Live paid readings. Okay. Okay. Live paid readings. Though that will be today. For every tarot table, that is every Friday they have the tarot table. It will be, live paid readings. So you want to check her out there, check out their, credibility and everything. If that's what you so seek, I'll tell you right now, I live with a woman very credible human being, very credible business producer. I support her in everything she does. But I love you all. I thank you all for being here. I also support you guys watching and everything you do, even though I don't know any of you. I don't know any of you. I support everything that you do. You are loved and lovable. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. I will see you guys around the network as well. You are loved and lovable. Never forget that. Never forget that. You are loved and lovable. Peace out, guys, and I'll talk to you later.